Well, hello once again, friends. It's Thor Dykow here with This Week on Blu-ray, DVD, and On Demand. We've got 4 titles to talk about. 3 of them are great. 1 is a stinker. I'll wait for you to decide which one that is, but this is not a stinker. We're talking Logan, of course, and Hugh Jackman is back for a final time as Wolverine. And this was astounding how good it was. R-rated, gritty, bloody, thrilling. It had it all. And what a swan song for Jackman and the character, who is celebrating a 17-year run. And it all comes to a close with the phenomenal Logan, directed by James Mangold, who also gave us The Wolverine and the fantastic 3:10 to Yuma remake. Stephen Merchant, Boyd Holbrook, Daphne Keane also star in this movie, and Daphne Keane is sensational here as the young mutant with superpowers. This is set in the not-too-distant future, and it sees Logan caring for an ailing Professor X in a hideout on the Mexican border. They meet up with a young mutant there, played by Keane, and she is being pursued by dark forces. In addition to the thrilling movie, you've got 90 minutes of original content, including deleted scenes, behind-the-scenes documentary, and the Blu-ray includes Logan Noir, a black and white version of the film that gives the acclaimed story an all-new look. I mean, this reminded me of when I first saw Terminator 2 as a kid, an R-rated action movie that was so mature in its storytelling, it just elevated the genre, and it really makes me look at the other X-Men movies and see potentially what they could have been. However, that doesn't diminish the previous films. I know they were geared towards kids, but I'm so glad they took this route because it really gives you the gritty realism that I think they really wanted to tell the story of Wolverine from the beginning at some point, and I'm glad they finally had an opportunity to do that. Much like Deadpool, it goes for the hard R rating. However, it does have a few jokes in it. It is not by any means a comedy, and what a great finale. I couldn't think of a more fitting end for the character. So you want to get the Blu-ray because it's got that noir version. It looks very cool in black and white, plus it's loaded with behind-the-scenes extras, so great insights into the filmmaking process, and you can watch the great movie over and over again. Kind of reminded me of Looper meets Terminator 2, and that is one of the highest compliments you can give a film. There you go, Logan, get it now. And another excellent film, Get Out. This is Jordan Peele, one of the masterminds behind Key and Peele, of course, his directorial debut. He wrote and directed this film. It is a satirical horror thriller that follows a man and his girlfriend. They go for a weekend getaway to her parents' house. Now, once he gets there, now it's obvious, of course, the racial implications of this because she's going to she's taking him to her affluent white parents' house in the middle of the country, and obviously race relations at the forefront here, but it's also very funny. It never gets too gory, so I would liken it to a psychological thriller, even though it does have some nice room for comedy there. Daniel Kaluuya, who I loved in Sicario, and Allison Williams star as the couple, and Catherine Keener and the great Bradley Whitford star as her parents. Now, this is amazing. This movie set all kinds of box office records, including highest grossing original debut, and this just solidifies a solid career ahead of Jordan Peele. And the movie is so well written, so fresh, and it examines a lot of timely topics, but does it framed around the guise of a great thriller with a lot of social commentary buried underneath. So it's got a lot of interesting insights and topics that it covers, and the script is so tight and the storyline is so taut that you really see the importance of thinking about a movie well before it ever gets to the shooting stage, because it was meticulously laid out in the story form process, and that is a testament to Jordan Peele's approach to filmmaking and writing. It's such a solidly crafted movie. The Blu-ray and DVD bonus features include an alternate ending, deleted scenes, and unveiling the horror of Get Out. Go behind the scenes for the making of Get Out. One of the finest films of the year so far, and one of the most original and refreshing thrillers I have seen in a long, long time. Okay, spot the stinker. Matt Damon stars in The Great Wall, and you can make a drinking game out of this one every time he loses his pseudo-Scottish accent. It does have a little bit of eye candy. Other than that, this is a forgettable mess. It was touted as a groundbreaking visual stylistic experience. Comes to us from an acclaimed director named Zhang Yimou, who gave us Hero and House of Flying Daggers. It's about an elite force that makes a valiant stand for humanity on the world's most iconic structure, yes, the Great Wall. In the end, spoiler alert, they're really just fighting against space dragons or space lizards or whatever you want to call them. And Matt Damon's accent is atrocious, and he tries to play it straight as well. Pedro Pascal from Game of Thrones, Willem Dafoe collecting a paycheck in this one. You do have strong support, though, from Andy Lau and Jiang Tang, who do their best with the awful material. The problem is the effects are unconvincing, the dialogue is cringeworthy, and it just came off as rather generic. And they didn't try to go for like a B-movie kitschy sort of humor vibe. They tried to take it so seriously, so it never really works, never takes off the ground. Does have a little bit of visual flair, but other than that, I would would give The Great Wall a pass. Let's leave you with My Life as a Zucchini. This is a Swiss-French stop-motion animated film that was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Animated Feature, beloved by audiences and critics alike. This is my pick of the week. Sensational movie. A lot of delicate and mature themes examined in this one, so it's not necessarily for little children, but it's an uplifting tale about the power of friendship in the face of adversity. Basically, after befriending a kind police officer, 9-year-old Zucchini is taken to a foster home filled with other orphans his age. He struggles to fit in, finds new friends, and learns to trust and love again as he searches for a family of his own. Great characters, stunning animation, and really poignant themes examined here with a great screenplay. You can get the English version with some celebrity voices, or go the original route, and you can see it in its French original version with the subtitles there. You get both versions, plus it's loaded with Blu-ray features. My Life as a Zucchini, one of the finest animated flicks from last year. Get it now. They don't make them like this very often, and a nice collaboration of a Swiss and French teams, as well as North American makers, coming together. We'll leave it there, guys. That's another edition of This Week on Blu-ray, DVD, and On Demand. Don't forget, you can catch me on social at Thor Instagram, Twitter, whatever you like. We'll see you next week on breakfasttelevision.ca.